The grateful foxes. A cool wind moves over the open moor. Two friends step out together, their hands empty. A young boy trailing behind, his grip loose on a bottle turning warm, a box balanced at his hip. Bent grasses brush their ankles. Spring presses mild on their faces. Each step arrives with silent measure, every green blade parted and counted. They move without hurry, collecting fern in secret dips where the ground darkens, the boys' laughter barely apart from distant water. Rucksacks shift on their backs. Beneath the low hill, a flicker breaks the morning. The fox and cub, one russet, one shadow, merge, divide, and play unguarded within the morning's pale frame. They linger, half hidden by gathering, halted, still in slow breath. The damp wild weighs the air as the fox presses its cub down, paws guiding without pause. Grass coils close around them, shadows quiet-edged. The friends' gazes hold, the world drawn into these motions, frequency narrowed, until little else asserts itself. New footsteps cross the earth, a cluster of village children, baskets swaying. The newcomers move straight, eyes sharp on the foxes. Their shoes mark the soil with restless lines. The friends stand aside, unvoiced. The children tense, reading what lies before them. The children's pace twists, a bamboo stick seized fast. They run, angles tight, arrival calculated, heels kicking mud. The fox startles, drawing back just as the children close in, the gap between scattered as their number bears down. The old fox spins away. Children, voices fixed with intent, crash through russet fur, sticks driving hard. The foxes break, beaten, panic blooming, fear seizing play, paws jerking green into ruin as each animal disappears into the undergrowth. One fox cub left, two boys pin it in the grass, grip unyielding, fingers sunk deep in thick fur. They hoist the cub, high, rough, certain. The rest gather, laughter hard and bright as they peel away, baskets thudding, limbs wild with restless triumph. The moor settles into quiet once more. The friends remain, distance shaped by the gap where foxes circled just before. The children's laughter lingers, then winds off, leaving the field hushed. What endures is not quiet, but difference. Some walk away with a wildness clutched, the rest holding only the leaving and the slight vanishing outline of what was seen. They stood at the edge of the path, sunlight slipping over moss and dust-caked shoes. Quiet pressed between them, thinned by faint laughter farther off. One friend raised his voice, direct, certain. "Hello, you boys. What are you doing with that fox?" The eldest boy turned, hands rigid around the fox's scruff. His voice steadied, deliberate. "We're taking him home. There's a young man in our village. He'll buy him and boil him in a pot, eat him." In the hush, the animal's breaths twined with the unbending edge of his words. The friend's gaze shifted, pausing in measured silence. He considered, then asked, "I suppose it's all the same to you who buys your fox. Why not let me have him instead?" The pause lingered, a calculation suspended between them. One boy shifted, his answer quiet but pointed. "We can't. The young man promised a good sum if we caught a fox. He even sent us to these hills for one. We can't sell to you, not for anything." The friend's smile thinned, his voice weighed, almost formal. "If it cannot be helped, then tell me, how much did the young man promise you for your cub?" The question landed, precise. Pride lit in the eldest boy's eyes. "Oh, he'll give us 300 cash at least," he answered, gripping the fox's leash, hope riding behind sweat. A beat, then I'll give you half a bew, so you'll gain 500 cash by the deal." The offer remained, unsettling the moment with its clear advantage. The boys' voices answered at once, excitement rising quick. "Oh, we'll sell him for that, sir. How shall we hand him over to you?" "Just tie him up here," the friend replied. The eldest bound the fox's throat with the napkin string, hands precise. The animal nestled awkward in the cradle of cloth. He pressed half a bew into their palms. The boys burst away, legs kicking, laughter sparking as coin flashed in their grip. The old bargain spent, profit undeniable. The boys took the greater offer, surrendered the fox, and went off, flush with gain in place of promise. The friend tilted his head, voice lilting with a curiosity barely masking its sting. "You do have the oddest leanings. Why keep that fox at all?" A slow ache gathered in the man's chest. He let his words reach out in a quiet, steady line. "It wounds me to hear you dismiss what matters to me. We only stepped in and spared the cub. Without us, it would be gone. How could I simply watch and let that be? Half a bew was all it cost. Had it been more, I'd have given it for that life." His gaze slanted away, the disappointment settling like a hush. "I imagined you, above any, understood my heart. But you named me strange, and I see now you have not. From this day, our closeness ends." He held to that resolution, quiet yet unyielding. The friend, a step backward, bent low, hands to his knees, held longer than needed in the pause. The friend's voice softened, apology gathering structure. "Your compassion humbles me. The more you speak, the more deeply I recognize my debt to you. I thought perhaps you wished to keep the cub to invite its kin, to ask blessings for your home. When I called you peculiar, it was only to test whether I could trust the good I saw in you. I am ashamed." Still bowing, he closed the distance his words had made. The man replied in a hush gentled by forgiveness. "So that was your heart's thought? Forgive me. With those words, I see I was too harsh." Reconciled, their hands met in gentle purpose as they turned at once to the cub. In the hush between them, attention traced the small wound nestled in its fur, a fragile hurt holding it from walking. For a moment, a thin question hovered. What comfort to give? What care to offer? Just then, a band of green broke the soil at their side. Doctor's Nikasi, new and glistening. They pressed the leaf between steady fingers, observing its cool firmness, then settled the herb tenderly against the wound. Rice was lifted from their lunchbox, shaped with measured care and laid in open palms. The cub only lowered its head, its hunger stilled by ache or lingering worry. In answer, silence held as their hands moved slow, drawing gentle circles down its back, steadying each touch. Hope breathed through the rhythm of care. Gradually, pain eased. Their wonder grew, noticing how the herb's comfort reached beneath the spell of injury, until, looking out across the straw, they caught sight of the old foxes, watchful, silent guardians waiting close by. "See there, the old foxes have come, hearts drawn close in worry. Let us set the little one free." Their words, quiet and warm, wove peace where debate lingered. Fingers loosened the string at the cub's neck. Gentle hands angled its head toward waiting parents. The pain slipped away. On sudden legs, the cub bounded home, showering its family in wild, glad licks. The elder foxes bowed, eyes holding a gratitude the friends received in stillness, an exchange as soft as dusk. Peace gathered around the friends as they drifted from the fox's care. Together they paused at a place bright with promise, the grass gentle under their meal, the wine casting light in their cup. The day opened in its simple, unhurried sweep beneath the sky's wide shelter, and as home drew near, a quieter brightness lingered, friendship, tender and close in the softening light. Light skimmed the polished wood floors, the hush of servants steady in the distance, agents passing with ledgers bundled close, maidservants folding linen, men in the yard shifting crates, each action measured in practiced routine. The house carried the rhythm of provision, its spaces ordered, the air kept gentle yet attentive. His wife's steps marked the day's edge. His son, once restless and bright under the lamp, now moved slowly, pallor ghosting his face. Physicians arrived and departed, hands precise, medicines arrayed and spent, each remedy yielding only silence as days drew on. A physician of wide repute stood in the doorway, voice reserved. He told them directly, only a fox's liver, warm from the body, could serve. He counted all lesser remedies futile. The chance for healing was held to this single demand. The hallway absorbed their quiet, uncertainty spaced between the words just spoken. The parents, their resolve thin but intact, took their unanswered fear to the man known by the mountain tracks. "We will not take a life for our son," their voices held. A single break in composure held at bay. "You walk the mountains, know the hunters. Hear when the pursuit comes. Any price for a fox's liver, bring it, only let it be by another hand." Their request left like weather on stone. The man from the mountains listened, answering once, and went toward the empty paths, the promise held quietly with him. Night settled across the house in measured stillness as footsteps hesitated at the gate. A messenger in pale sleeves announced his presence with quiet formality, voice a gentle instrument of purpose, an answer for those who had sought the fox's liver. The master stepped outside, a brief, steady lift in his heart as hope drew breath through the evening. "I come from Mr. So-and-so," the messenger said, words holding to custom steadiness. "Last night, the fox's liver you sought was secured in his hands. Now he sends it here, for you." From his sleeve, the small jar appeared, cool as he set it forward. "Soon, he will write of the price." With the message delivered, the master's eyes reflected quiet thanks. His voice carried formal warmth. "Your kindness grants my son life. My gratitude cannot be measured." The good wife moved softly into the moonlit threshold, hands steady as they received the jar. Her touch was deliberate, gratitude held close within the boundaries of the giving. "We must honor the messenger with a gift," the master said, resolve ordered and gentle within the evening's ritual. But the messenger bowed, voice composed. "Thank you, sir, but my journey has already been repaid." "Still, stay with us tonight," the master offered, his hope lingering in polite invitation. The messenger's gaze remained calm, voice soft against the hush. "I am grateful, but a relative waits for me in the next village. Tonight I must find him, whom I have missed through long seasons." He bowed again and slipped quietly away, vanishing into the road's silence. The parents did not hesitate. The letter went out before dawn cracked its silver threads across the window, the physician learning with unshielded urgency that the fox's liver was already in their hands. Sunlight had hardly warmed the eaves when the doctor appeared at their threshold, sleeves rolled, a scent of bitter root and focus trailing from his satchel. His hands moved, precise, practiced, transforming the rare offering into medicine, and the draft sent a flush back into their boy's cheeks. There, relief beat between restless faces and fingers, laughter fragile as the bedding, every glance searching for the hush of real joy. On the third day, with brightness still clinging to the family's lips, the one sent for the fox's liver appeared at their gate. The good wife slipped out, skirts whispering against the worn step, greeting the visitor with welcome unguarded. Her eyes bright with belief in the return she witnessed, the moment briefer, steadied. "How swiftly you answered our need," she said, voice trembling between gratitude and awe. "And how generous your spirit, sending the gift so quickly." The doctor made his medicine, and our boy stands, walks, light again. And for this, we bless your kindness. "Wait," the man exclaimed, confusion pinching the lines at his eyes. "I must tell you, your commission to find a fox's liver was not fulfilled. I have come to offer regret, not news of success. How is it then that you thank me?" The master bowed, hands drawn low, each word measured. "Still, sir, we are grateful for the fox's liver you procured at our request." "I truly do not know of any such gift," said the guest, searching their faces and finding only bewilderment. "Surely there's a mistake. Please inquire into this with care." The master's brows drew together in searching memory. "But this is strange. 4 nights ago, a man came bearing your message saying you had sent him, bringing a fox's liver. He would not stay, saying lodgings awaited him in the next village." The visitor paused, features shadowed with uncertainty, head tipping as though trying to thread the moment together, and at last confessed, quiet, "I cannot explain it." A faint warmth flickered, then slipped from the couple's cheeks, embarrassment flushing where gratitude had flourished. The air between them grown withdrawn, their thanks now adrift, offered for a favor the guest could not claim. The visitor stepped from the house and walked homeward, the puzzle whole and unsolved behind him, gratitude and deed forked by confusion, the distance quiet as a closing door. In the hush of night, the woman stood at the master's pillow, her years poised between youth and the gravity of having learned too much. "I am the fox of the far mountain," she said, her voice a tremor in the quiet. "Last spring, as I brought my cub to play, cruel boys seized him, and but for your rescue, he'd have been lost. That kindness pierced me. When sorrow entered your house, a hope flickered that I might repay you. Your son's life called for a living fox's liver. Grateful and wounded, I killed my own cub and took from his body what was needed. His father, in human form, brought the gift to you. Tears slipped down the foxwoman's face, thin with ache. The master's hand moved in thanks, disturbing the silence enough to wake his wife. Drowsy, she turned, his face pressed into the pillow, shoulders shuddering. His grief broke the hush. Her astonishment caught on the force of his sorrow. "Why are you weeping so?" Her voice, though hushed and near, barely cut through. A moment's hush, then he drew himself up, uncertain. "Last spring, when I wandered out seeking simple pleasure, I was the one who kept a fox's cub from death. I told you how small acts bend the world. I swore to Mr. So-and-so, even if our own son faded before my eyes, I would not cause a fox's death, and asked him, if he heard of any hunted fox, to buy the liver for us. How the foxes learned, fox hearts hearing men's words, I still do not know. But those who owed me thanks gave what I could never bear to ask. The foxes killed their own child, and sent the old dog fox in disguise to answer our need. Just now, his mate stood here and told me all. Every word left me undone." The story closed in around them. His wife listened, her vision blurring. They lay side by side, silent, sorrow pressing in, until breath steadied and their hands found the lamp at the shrine. The flame threw patterns across the idols. All night they offered prayers, voices faint and precise, memory trailing gratitude. When dawn came, the tale of what the foxes had given was shared with the household and sent outward to kin and friends. Men have given their own children's lives to repay kindness, but no fox had matched such devotion. So this story, too heavy for silence, passed mouth to mouth, its cost and sorrow carried as the wonder of the land. He knelt where the grass grew softer, eyes tracing the patch of morning light beneath the cherry tree, the loveliest place in his domain. With precise care, he placed the first stone, arranging a shrine to honor the fox god. Each offering set before the altar moved in quiet order, a coin pressed into the earth, a gift for the living, a prayer woven through deliberate motion. Finally, he secured them a title among mortal rulers, naming the two old foxes into the hierarchy of the Mikado's court, their goodness henceforth recognized and honored, a gratitude formalized and still immeasurable.